But I've been told I look like really nice in the morning when I wake up.
Well, that's good.
Like without makeup and stuff.
It's
Am
a lot
I a
better
nice
than
am I a
saying that
nice
when I wake
person in the morning? I actually am. I'm a very pleasant morning person. I love the mornings. Episode 5.
Episode 5.
5's my lucky number. So like I'm excited about this one. I'm also excited because today we're going to talk about M.I.L.F culture. Like when did this start? How do we feel about it? And like maybe spill over into
Where can we find more?
right more M.I.L.Fs.
Stay tuned.
Lost it for no reason.
It's crazy what your mind will make you think. Yo, what's up? Episode 5. We're back. We're live. Pre-recorded, possibly.
I don't know why I think you're so funny. Anyway.
Because I'm not. You're on mushrooms.
I am not. Not today. I did do some the other day, though.
But not just last night, and they're still...
No, it was like 2 or 3 nights ago. It was actually really good.
Cool.
It worked out really well.
Is that when you had that job interview?
No.
Oh, okay.
That... Fuck you. What did I don't even remember what I watched on TV. I was just watching TV, and then eventually I fell asleep, and my favorite thing, like, about mushrooms is, it happens to me every time. When I close my eyes, I just see a bunch of, like, prisms and cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like, not like I'm seeing it in here. I just feel like I'm literally seeing it in, like, the back of my eyelids, and
Right.
I love that. I love it so much. My favorite thing about mushrooms. So, like, I love going to sleep when it's, like, time. You know what I mean?
You're just chilling there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like watching movies. I like getting out of the house and running around, out, preferably in the dark.
I do like going out.
Yeah.
Usually the casino. That's like my favorite
Oh,
place
yeah,
to
that's
go. The
Fear and
lights,
Loathing
the
in Las
music.
Vegas.
Well, like, I don't go that hard, but, like, I'm having a great time. Do people know? I feel like they do. They probably don't, though.
Depends on how you're acting.
Usually
If you're just chilling, yeah, if you're chilling, then people just,
you know?
they're like,
I'm just
damn, you're
really-
wasted,
yeah.
fucking gone.
Right, or they're just like, maybe she's really tired, you know?
Yeah.
From being a super hot mom.
Super hot mom.
Which spills us into
What a
today's
segue!
topic.
The
Which
queen is back.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that with my clip-ins. Today we're talking about M.I.L.F culture, which I feel like I have been waiting for us to touch base on this. It's like something that's just like huge right now. It's been big for a while. Like I said, I wanted to talk about like what are the first things that like we've seen maybe in like culture, like pop culture or songs, you know what I mean, that have made it change. Because I feel like women in general, like back in like the 50s and 60s, it was like you only had sex with your wife when you wanted to have a kid. Like it's very much like more.
You mean a man has sex with a woman when they want
Yeah,
to have a kid?
it was more of a transaction than it was for pleasure. Right now, it's totally different. Like we are praising women.
But we
for
only
being
know
women.
that because of books. There could have been dirty people back then. Real
I'm sure
dirty.
that there were some.
Lots of them.
But I'm just saying it wasn't like that. It wasn't a cultural thing back then.
Definitely wasn't.
Now we're
Probably
listening
looked
to
down
Megan the
upon.
Stallion
Yeah.
singing about like how wet her pussy is all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And like
stuff,
we're
but
not no one's hating that. You know what I mean? But like you definitely could not. There were not songs in 1950. You cannot if you have a song
No,
from 1950 that talks about that, please send it to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Would love to hear it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really feel like for me, my first recollection of like hearing somebody be attracted to somebody's mom was like American Pie, Stifler's mom.
Okay, got you. Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
so
yep.
like, and I feel like that was huge. Like, and everybody was like, it was shocking at the time, but like, was it like today? It wouldn't be at all. Back then, I felt like it was a little shocking. Like, oh,
I think back then it was
Different.
it was just a little taboo.
Mhm.
That's all. And then that's why putting it in that film had the impact that it did. It was almost bringing it to surface, like when a comedian brings something up, you know what I mean, and kind of makes light about it. So I feel like bringing it to that movie really
And then I feel like we had
Blew it
Stacy's
up.
mom, which was right around the same time. That bowling, I think it was Bowling for Soup. I can't exactly remember.
Is that who it was? I remember the song.
Yeah, I definitely remember the song. Stacy's mom, oh, it's so good. It was so good. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. Like, fuck you, Stacy.
Dude, if we get copyright busted because of you singing so perfect,
You can just
I'll
take
get
you
AIDS.
can just take me, but thank you so much. I have a horrible singing voice, but thank you so much. But yeah, no, I think like for me also, I remember the first time that anybody ever called me a MILF and how it made me feel. Now, I was so young when that happened, like because I had Jax at 23, so I'm pretty sure he was like a baby or like maybe close to a year old when it happened for the first time. But I remember I was like recently single and I was talking to somebody and they messaged me back and all it said was MILF John. And I remember I was like,
They from Philly?
Yeah, dude. I was like, this is not happening. But it's accurate. It's accurate as fuck because I am from Philly. So it's very accurate. But also, I was like, oh, I'm like young. Like, it was just, to me at the time, it didn't make sense. Now, fast forward to today. Like, I love it. If it's from the right person, I love it.
Maybe, right? So, there's an age difference here. But when I was in high school, we had a few girls that were pregnant in high school, right?
Which is sick.
Right. But before that, you know, the number, I'm sure, decreased, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, you're going to have a ton of hot chicks that done already had kids, but they're still young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's maybe and maybe when American Pie around that time and everything, that's when it was that's when the numbers were high. You know what I mean? They're not that smart. They were skipping school. They were doing other stuff, hanging out with the guy that hangs out across the school.
Fucking pies.
Fucking pies.
You know? So,
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy because, like, I did a little bit of, like, poking around on the internet and honestly, there's like articles like about like these, it's like female empowerment articles almost that are like, we love MILF culture, like women are fuckable again, like guys are finally like valuing like these things that are so important to us. Like, it's so important for me to be a mom, but it's also so important for me to have sexual freedom and freedom of expression, like when it comes to sex. So, like, I love it. Like, I do. I think it's also just important to note that, like, me as a person as well, like, I don't get offended when people call women bitches. It just doesn't bother me. Maybe because I don't think it's derogatory.
Is there a word that you don't like? Don't like
Not
girls
really.
being called?
No, not really. But, like, don't be. It's like all in the context, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I'm not
gotcha.
saying like that guys should be like calling their women a bitch, you know what I mean, to be an asshole, but I'm just saying, like, if you're like, sup bitches, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna be like, you're sexist.
Right.
That's not my reaction.
Right.
But I think that some things are said to be malicious and then other things are meant to compliment. I feel like it's really easy as any person to take a compliment like either or way. So I just think it's about like knowing your audience. If you're gonna send out like the MILF comment or the bitch comment, you know what I mean, like these things that we attribute to women and not men. You know what I mean? But like DILF's a thing too. DILF's a thing too.
I feel like it depends on who it's coming from too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like definitely, if you would call me a bitch, I'd be okay with that. If somebody else called me a bitch that I didn't really know.
Right.
You know what I mean? It totally, that would be different.
Well,
And do you think so? Like a lot of these younger moms, like they sacrificed somewhat of like a youthful, adventurous youth, you know what I mean, to go out and to explore and have fun, not responsibilities.
I
and
am
such
literally
like
the exact definition of that because I got pregnant at 22 and I got married like at 21. So like basically I never got to do the things that normal people do in their 20s because I was too busy raising a child.
Right. So then you raise your child, right? And now like
And like now my daughter, she's like 4, so like now we're getting to a point where I'm like, okay, it is like my time. Like I want to start a business. I definitely go out more than like I used to because now I have like a social life again. Because it's easier to do those things like after you put that work in. And I knew I was going to get that time, so I never complained about not having fun in my 20s either. You know?
Right. So now we have lots of moms that are in that same situation,
30s,
right?
young 40s,
Now they're going out and whatnot. Now, what they in their head have to compete, which it's not really a competition, but that's just how people think. It is what it is.
It's true.
But now you feel like you're competing against, you know, a younger crowd that might not have kids and whatnot, and you are just
if you're single for sure
reliving that youth.
If you're single for
and,
sure.
Yeah.
However, like I can't relate because like I will sit at a table with a whole bunch of people my age, and I'm the only one that will get carded. So I already know that I look younger than I do, and I definitely.
And I know you ain't in competition with nobody.
No, because I'm me.
Right.
Like you already know. Like that like time in my life has passed. Like I definitely know what I bring to the table at any table, and I'm definitely not going to look at somebody else. I love praising other women though. I do. Because you should.
You should.
I will literally say anything to anybody at any time.
I know.
Especially if I know they need that shit. Oh yeah, you're getting it hard.
We've been on photo shoots, people just walking by and she's just complimenting them in her own little outfit, and these people are coming in like sweaty gym socks and shit, and then she's just like,
you look
oh
good.
my gosh, your hair is fabulous.
Like,
and I'm just like,
the fuck up.
Dude,
like,
her hair was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool. And she's just like, I like your heels.
So today I think we're going to do our first phone a friend.
Oh, let's phone a friend.
We're going to phone a friend about MILF culture. I want to ask her a couple questions as a fellow MILF, how she feels about things, okay?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, what do?
Just being a mom.
Being super hot. So, just like a brief like introduction, like do you want to say anything about yourself before I ask you a couple questions about how easy / hard it is to live life as a hot mom?
Sure. I am a mom of 4.
Yes.
I'm 33.
Yes.
Is there anything else that I should say? I mean, that's pretty much all I got going for me.
Oh, okay. How young were you when you had your first child? Sorry.
Okay, so I was 20 years old when I had my son, who is almost 13.
This is a perfect example.
Fitting the
it's
narrative.
really good. So, like, in your 20s, because you were so busy raising your children, like, you never really had either, like, that, like, party, like, I'm going to go out all the time, like, any of that. Like, would you say now, like, now that you're, like, an adult, your kids are a little bit more grown, you're able to enjoy time a little bit different, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, I had fun in my 20s when I could, but, I couldn't all the time, so I definitely, well, and it's funny because I feel like earlier in life, I wanted to go out all the time, and I felt like I was, like, missing out on that, and it's kind of like now I probably can, and I just don't as much.
Yeah, because you don't want to.
Yeah, right, it's different, but, I definitely think that I missed out on a lot being a young mom. Sorry, my daughter's crying right now.
Put Penny on the phone.
That's being a mom.
So,
okay, we're good.
Well, okay. So, my other question is, do you feel like, as a hot mom, do you feel like you get equal amounts of attention when, like, let's just say, like, I'm going out, so I'm putting on my best outfit, I'm doing my makeup, I'm doing my hair, or, like, I'm just going to the grocery store, like, my hair's tied up, my makeup's not on, and, like, I'm wearing sweatpants. Do you feel like you get the same amount of attention or different amounts of attention?
I definitely think that I get more attention when I don't want it. I feel like when I'm just, like, in my sweats, hair's up, whatever.
They love it.
Yeah, like, that's when I tend to, like, get hit on, and I'm like, this is weird.
And
then, like, when I, like, throw myself out and go out to the bar, I mean, like, every now and then somebody will say something, but, like, obviously I'm married, so.
And super intimidating because of the beauty.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why.
I think that is it. I do think that's what it is. I think we look more like we're more easily approachable, less like because we're not expecting it. They know we're not expecting it, so we're like vulnerable. They think, and I think that's why they do it. And then like when we look really good, they're like, "Fuck that,
intimidated."
No, I can't.
I've also heard people say that when they see a woman, girl, whatever, opposite sex, or whatever, that they tend to, like, when you're like in sweats and have your hair in a messy bun and they see you and they think you're attractive, they're like, oh my gosh, this is like the worst that it is.
Yo, that's so true. Yeah.
When you're out and you have like a full face of makeup on, or you know when you're trying to like pick somebody up at the bar, they're
She's
like,
right. You never know.
Well, that's why you gotta wait till the end to see their makeup peeling off their face and stuff.
I mean, I get that.
That's why they turn the lights on so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, right at the end.
Right
dude.
before they kick you out.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for picking up my phone call, okay? Thanks for being our first phone guest on our show because you're an avid listener that I appreciate so much.
Oh, I love you.
No, I love you too. And I'll talk to you later then,
thank
okay?
you guys.
Yes!
Thank you for
being
your
a
story.
hot mom.
Yep.
Oh my God, anytime.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, guys.
That was so fun. I want to do that every time. But anyway, that was like a perfect example, though.
That would be so
fun. And now her youngest, obviously you could hear, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
She's younger, but she definitely still makes time. Like, she knows the importance, like, in being a mom of needing, like, that little bit of social time. And like she said, like, she and I are very similar in the ways that, like, I will leave the house however. Like, if I have time to get ready, I'll put time in to get ready. But if I don't, guess what? If I need to go out, like, I have worn sweatpants to the bar. I am not ashamed. Because I was just happy to get out of the house. Sometimes I go to the bar and I don't even drink. I'm just happy to not be, like, just have a breather. Yeah, just a breather. Because, like, we're just about to get into school again. And I'm about to be back into soccer mom life. Hot soccer mom life. Like, if you think regular MILF life's hard.
Wait.
Hot soccer mom life, dude. It's a whole other level.
I don't even know about half of this stuff, but...
Yep. But I'm proud to be a woman, and I'm proud to be a mom. You know what I mean?
And I'm proud of Ashley.
Thank you so much. And I think that it's important just to, like, empower other women. You know what I mean? And, like, I think passing that compliment, especially woman to woman, that is heavy. Like, that means a lot. And, like, it could change somebody's day for you to give them that compliment. And like I said, if you feel like somebody's going to receive that well, tell them that you feel that way about them. Or that you, like, you know what I mean? Just to lift somebody's spirits. I do it every day. I compliment somebody at least once a day.
She does.
I really do.
And I'm going to tell you the impact of it is I'm, like I said, sometimes when we're shooting, she'll just compliment people. She's not complimenting me, but it makes me feel so, like, smiley almost inside.
Because it's
just
contagious.
like, it's like, yo, good call.
Thank you.
Good call on that one.
And so, now the other side of this is, especially because we're talking about, like, men and women, the differences and stuff, can women and men really be friends?
You're going to find out. Mindset, episode 6.
Yes.
So
We'll see
stay
you next
tuned.
time.